guys played Kansas, you had talked about how that Audi was something you could really take advantage of. Do you see it the same way still?
It seems like, well, it was a long time ago when we played them. Early in the game, they kind of let Audi go one-on-one, and she started out really well, and then they changed. Historically, they've done a good job of chasing us off the three-point line, so, we'll kind of see. We try and practice everything, every possibility, so she played great against them the last time. Certainly that would be nice to see again, but that's the odd part about the way the schedule falls. This is the first time we're playing someone twice. And so you're okay, what happened the first time? That was early January, so we'll see.
Are you seeing anything different from them on film than the first time?
Not a ton. I think that Nichols and Evans have really taken over offensively for them. Defensively, they're still really, really solid. The pace they play at, they're going to make you earn it. Possessions are hard. We've always struggled to score there. Last year, I think it was like 60 to 58. So, but it's just been, again, it's just an odd thing that for the first time all season, and this is conference game 14, that you're seeing someone for the second time, and we're going to see K-State and Central Florida. So to end it, so but they're still the same kind of team that I think that we prepared for the first time, and they're playing the same kids. They haven't had any attrition. Their lineup's the same, so there's been a lot of consistency in who's playing and the minutes that they're playing.
How are you guys doing health-wise? I know the time off was something you thought could benefit.
Yeah,
how did you?
We desperately needed it. We're still. AJ hasn't done anything. Emily Ryan hasn't done anything up to this point. Since the game. Gave Audie some extra time off. Are
they good to go, though?
They should be. If we had a game tonight, I don't know, but we don't play on Saturday.
Sure.
And everyone's, teams across the country, everyone's sore, banged up. It's just Emily's ankle, and AJ's got a foot thing that we've just had to manage as best we can. And so I do think the break came. Momentum-wise, I don't know, but health-wise, it couldn't have come at a better time, and we tried really hard to give them extra time, extra days, and we had yesterday off, so we'll go short and hard today and see how we look.
What goes through your mind when you see Emily Ryan collapse on the floor in pain?
I was very scared because when that kid goes down and she comes off the court with tears in her eyes, you're worried.
Yep.
Some kids react to injuries differently, and that kid's as tough as anyone I've ever been around. So you knew she was hurting, and when she admits that it hurts, then you know. But no, it's just kind of the way her luck is kind of gone. I think she started out really, really well in that game, made some shots. Then she gets in foul trouble, and hurt on the same play. Doesn't get much worse than that. So hopefully, it's getting better. It's sore, and it's going to be sore. There's no way around it. But she's spent a lot of time in the training room. She's doing everything she can to get it better. It's just after this week, there isn't a whole lot of time off. So we've really tried really, really hard to keep her off of it, which is hard to do. Yeah. But I've spent a lot more time looking out my window, making sure she's not in there than normal. But she's showing some maturity, and I told her, I said, it's being a leader involves a lot of things, and for her, the number one place to be is not the gym, it's the training room, and she's done that.
Conversely, the fact that she was able to come out of the locker room and get back in there, that had to have been like, okay, great, the medical staff looked at her. It's not something catastrophic. It's something we have to manage, and that's not great, but it's something that isn't going to keep her out.
Yeah, exactly. She's going to play at whatever, 75% or whatever, but her at 75% is a good thing for our team in a lot of ways. So, and I think especially when you have a player that's in their senior year, and you know that there's nothing worse than seeing someone get hurt. It's really sad to see, you know, a kid that's, you know, any, you know, you see it and you read about it all the time, is, you know, a kid that's in their senior year, this is it. Their basketball career is literally ticking away daily, you know, so you do worry about that. I mean, selfishly for your team, but for the players, it's because it's happened in the past to people, sure. And that's beyond depressing. So yeah, to see her come back out of the locker room was a good thing.
You mentioned momentum. Did you feel like you had picked up some momentum before the time off? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, obviously, you know, to win a couple games, I thought we played really well in both games. So yeah, I think so. And you know, like I kept saying, you know, the whole 12-day thing. Yes. And now it's the message is we have a 5-game season, and you know, there's a lot of teams in the country that have to play a game on Saturday because the schedule says so. I mean, we're playing a game that matters, and we're going to play 5 games that matter. So, you know, that's kind of the mindset of, you know, it's hard to believe, but it's 2 weeks. It's not 2 months. It's not 2 years. You know, let's bow up for 5 games, and so I think that's, you know, I think players can handle that really well, and that's going to be our message today is, hey, we got 5 games to go. Let's, you know, great teams, great players, great whatever, they finish things. And, you know, when you finish something, it means you get to the end. You know, you don't stop 5 games short. So hopefully we have that motivation left in us.
How specific do you get with them when you're talking about like 5-game stretch? You know, if we would go 4-1, we go, you know, I mean, or
no, I don't do any of that.
Okay.
I don't. I made a little sign, 5-game season. Here's the date. Chance to sweep Kansas. You know, chance to sweep Central Florida. Huge opportunity, ranked team on the road at Baylor. Senior night against Kansas. Like, it's just, here's what's in front of them. But I do not. Now they're not stupid. You know, I do not say, hey guys, if we win 3, 4, sure. we don't really do that. I've done that with other teams way back. That doesn't, I don't know if that translates as much with modern day players as it used to. So we just say this is what's in front of you, so they can see. It's not like, it's not October, November. We got you've done so much to get to this point. You know, let's finish it. So that's kind of the way we approach it.
Where's the sign?
Each of them got one in their locker. I have it on my board, and then we posted one. But I do a lot more handwritten stuff. We don't make it real fancy. Yeah, I do have fairly decent handwriting.
We'll be the judge of that.
I really do. Yeah, no, it's not terrible.
Better than mine, I'm sure.
It's really not bad when I take my time. I actually did take calligraphy class in college.
You made the signs, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Multitasking.
Cool.
Yeah. It's always the same. It's on my legal pad in red, never black. Red ink all the time. Yeah.
You have a ink well.
No, I'm not that.
Thomas Jefferson.
No, the quill pen. No, I don't have that. It's just your basic Sharpie or red marker.
You talked a lot about Kelsey lately and the spark she gives you when you talk to whatever the staff. It's like, what's something that can change? Well, Kelsey Jones. Is she a player that kind of needs a certain number of minutes for her stuff to fully show up? Like, for instance, hitting the key 3 here and there. Yeah. That's hard to do when it's in fits and starts, but when she starts, it seems like she can get in that rhythm a little bit more to go along with the,
I don't disagree with that at all. I think, you know, there's some players are like that. They need to play themselves into it, and I think the hard part, and not the fair part, is Addie, Audie, AJ, Emily Ryan get that opportunity. Yeah. The other guys don't. Mm-hmm. And that's not, I'm not saying it's right, that's just the world we live in, and it's hard, you know, when you're the pinch hitter or the guy that's going to play, you know, 1 game or so many minutes. So it does make it harder. So that's why we've really stressed practice and just making sure they understand. But I don't think there's any question that for Kelsey, it's getting into the flow of the game and things like that. And I think that's why probably, and life happens. I mean, Sid got sick.
Yeah.
AJ's been completely almost shut down in practice. So Kelsey gets a lot more time. Emily Ryan gets hurt in the Cincinnati game. Well, there's my chance, and she ran with it, literally and figuratively. And as of now, I don't see that changing, and she'll be out there. And to her credit, she made the most of it.
How does it help that when you've got? I mean, you'll remember back in the day, I'm sure, Detroit Pistons, Denny Johnson, microwave. Sydney Harris can be kind of like the microwave, right? She can come right in, pull off the bench, drill a three, get going.
And I mean, it's not exactly the same, but I think probably you could look at what Curtis is for the guys. It just seems like he's really, really comfortable in that role. Sid can kind of see what's going on, and we can play her in a lot of different places. And sometimes that, everyone wants to hear their name, but at the same time, it's how many minutes do I play, or the quality of my minutes. Here, it's cool to hear your name in the starting lineup at Hilton. I get that. But other than that, it's like, hey, I'm going to play the same amount of minutes no matter how it starts. But I don't think there's any question that Sid, because she does. She comes off the bench firing. I mean, she doesn't need a whole lot of, her warm-up is barely off and that ball's going up. But some guys got to have, I need to go up and down a few times. No, I mean, it's see ball, touch ball, shoot ball, and I think that a lot of times that's what our team needs. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Bill.
Appreciate it, man. Everybody